Now, I get that some people don't like vegans. All right, I completely get this. Me personally, if you're a traditional vegan, that is to say that you don't like harm coming to animals and you'd rather eat veg. I get that. All right, and there are vegans on all sides of the spectrum. But then you get the more radical, modern day left wing lunatic vegans with the blue hair and the metal showing and the, you know, you can see them a fucking mile off. You know exactly who they are. That's modern day veganism. That's vegan because you want to look woke or because whatever. But anyway, this guy here probably was going after the modern day versions. And while we don't condone violence of any type, you have to wonder what was going through his head. Except maybe he was egged on by the lyrics in a certain song. You'll get it in a minute. A man dual-wielding raw steaks slaps diners in the face at vegan restaurant, yelling, "If you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding." Now, any of you who knows English rock will already know what song that came from. Answers in the comments, all right? Anyway, so Clinton Brewer, 73, has been arrested for assaulting close to a dozen people in a local vegan restaurant, Larry's Secret Garden. Clinton was seen entering the restaurant during the dinner rush with raw steaks in each hand. He walked from table to table, slapping people in the face with the bloody cuts of beef, yelling at each one of them, "If you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding. How can you have your pudding if you don't eat your meat? You can't have any pudding!" Something like that. He would repeat this over and over until he was stopped. It was somewhere around the 12th victim of his walk-by slapping when the Good Samaritan intervened and tackled and restrained him on the ground until the authorities arrived. Clinton, a lifelong resident of Oza, I don't know what that is, it's in America, had not been a fan of all the vegan restaurants popping up all over the city that he loves. And it used to be a time you could choose from several different places to enjoy a steak on a Friday night. Now you're lucky if you can find one. All these meatless options are silly, overpriced, and un-American. What about the folks that want some beef? And I don't care for your unkempt armpits, your electric cars. Well, the town I love doesn't give a shit about us anymore. It's clear that this man may well be conservative. And I would dare say, if Trump was back in the running, he may well vote that direction. And I would suggest that if he doesn't have a pickup on the drive with a rather large engine, he's still driving a significantly large engine car, probably with more traditional fare. I would say this man's for the First and Second Amendment. Just put it out there. Now, you've heard the traditional clip from the song. What do you think Roger Waters' impression?
If you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding. How can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat?
I just thought I'd show you this because at the end of the day, there are people out there that are staunch traditionalists and don't like a lot of change. No, I don't like a lot of change, but I have to say, there is no part of me that would want to go into a vegan restaurant and slap around in the face with a couple of T-bones. Why? Well, it's illegal for one. Two, I don't really like to get too close to a lot of these people, you know, because in these vegan restaurants, you're going to find probably more woke progressive people in there, and they won't like me. Not at all. I stand against everything that they believe in, and they hate me. So there you go. Anyway, just thought I'd share this with you. I'll see you in a bit.
If you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding. How can you have any pudding if you don't?